Hey, yo, what's up? Are you trying to host your data in Canada? If so, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about because in the last months, I've been working hard to have all my data in Quebec, more particularly in Canada. But you can actually do this anywhere in the world. And so if you live in Alberta, you can just apply the same idea, but wherever you live. And the goal is to obviously ditch any big tech companies that are coming from the States. And so, for example, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and recently there's also Discord. And so it's any app, American app, that might not respect your privacy. And so that's going to include social media, cloud storage, and productivity apps, emails, chatting apps, and maybe more depending on what you need. And I think this subject that I'm going to talk about is a topic that is going to become more and more important in the next years because currently, with everything that is happening in the world, I think many countries, including Canada, are waking up to the fact that digital sovereignty is important because having American tech companies can also bring many vulnerabilities and weaknesses. And so I think many countries are going to build their own digital sovereignty to have tech that they actually trust. And so in my case, I spent the last years removing myself from these big tech companies. And so, for example, last week, I deleted my Microsoft accounts. But overall, I think that removing yourself from these companies is mostly an ongoing process. You take a little step every day. And if I can summarize what I'm doing in a few sentences, it's actually pretty simple. What I tell myself is that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. What I'm choosing to do is that I'm using free and open source applications that are ideally using the ActivityPub protocol, and I put all these applications into a private server, a VPS, and that VPS is located where I want it to be. For example, I live in Quebec, Canada, and so that means that I simply purchase a VPS or a server that is located in Canada, and so that way by using the server, I know that all my data remains in that server under Canadian laws. In my case, I'm using OVH Cloud because they have many data centers in Canada. I'm especially interested in the data center in Beauharnois, Quebec, because again, I'm a French Canadian, and so having all my data in Quebec is quite important to me. And so the first application that I want to talk about is Nextcloud. And so instead of using Google Drive from Google or OneDrive from Microsoft, where you basically give all your data to these companies, I'm using Nextcloud instead because I just install it on my server, and so that way all my data remain in Quebec, Canada, and I'm in full control of it. And so here I obviously have the website, but there's also the computer application that you can use. So that way you can have your folders and your drive on your computer. And so as you can see right here, this is my Nextcloud folder on my computer. And I think Nextcloud is so versatile. In my case, I just use Nextcloud for my files, for my storage, but Nextcloud is so much more than that because the whole point is to replace the whole ecosystem of Google and Microsoft. And so, for example, here in Nextcloud, you can go and install more what they call apps. And so there's like some sort of app store, and in here, you can install more features and add-ons that you might have. For example, there's the Note app that I'm using as well. There's also a contact application that might be useful. There's also the calendar here that is quite useful. But there's just so many apps that gives you more feature depending on what you want to do. And so Nextcloud is literally an ecosystem. And so if your goal is to get rid of Google and Microsoft, then I think this is a very good alternative that you can use. Because the big difference here is that Nextcloud actually puts you in control on your own server, so that way you control everything. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is emails. And email is probably one of the only things that I'm not self-hosting right now. I probably could, but I think there's a bunch of gimmicks right now that I don't really want to do right now. And so as of right now, I'm using a provider here called Typewire. And it's basically a Canadian email provider. And I think they're saying here that Typewire is hosting all your emails in Vancouver. So I think that's pretty cool here if you're looking for a private email provider. And so for now, I want to support this company because I think it's quite cool. But if you want to do it on your own VPS on your own, then you can use free and open source softwares, something like Roundcube, and you basically download this, you install this on your VPS, on your server, and you can make it work. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is Matrix. And so if you're looking for some sort of chatting application that can replace Discord, or maybe something like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Telegram, I think Matrix here is a very good alternative that is free and open source and that you can also self-host yourself. Now in my case, I already have Matrix on my server, and as you can see, I have my ID right here. But if I'm actually being honest, as of right now, I don't know that many people that use Matrix. And so I have a few groups and I have a few people that I talk to on Matrix, but I wish there was more people. So hopefully more people get on Matrix eventually. There are also other alternatives that you can try. And so, for example, XMPP, that is free and open source, that you can also host on your own server. But in my case, I've never really used it, so I can't really talk about it. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is X. If you're trying to replace this application, then Mastodon is a very, very popular alternative that you can use, and you can actually self-host it on your own server. But in my case, I'm using GoToSocial because it is more lightweight and it is easier to self-host as a solo person. But in the end, the goal is to use something that uses the ActivityPub protocol so that you can be part of the Fediverse. And so yes, technically you can self-host everything yourself here, but if you don't want to, because maybe you don't have the knowledge or you don't want to deal with it, then you can find instances that are hosted in Canada. And so you can simply register to these instances. And so here I'm on this website madeincanada.social where you can find Fediverse servers that are operated in Canada. And so here you can simply search for microblogging and you can find a bunch of Canadian servers. And I know that, for example, Club is getting pretty popular in Quebec, but there are many servers that you might want to look into. And all of these servers should be operated in Canada. So I'm assuming that most of these servers are hosted in Canada under Canadian laws. Now, if you're trying to replace something like Instagram, there are also alternatives to those things that you can self-host yourself. And so, for example, you can use something like PixelFed. And that's exactly what it is. It's an alternative to Instagram that you can host yourself wherever you want to host. And so in my case, I'm not using PixelFed. I mean, I'm not really using Instagram or anything like that, but I'm also using GoToSocial. And in GoToSocial, there's a feature where you can transform your posts into a gallery. And so here you can see that this is what I'm doing instead. And so this is not PixelFed, but this is GoToSocial. But again, the goal is to use the ActivityPub protocol so that you can be part of the Fediverse. And so it's the same thing with PixelFed here. And just like Mastodon, with PixelFed, you can either self-host yourself or you can join an already existing server. And so you can browse the different servers, or you can go back to madeincanada.social and you can simply click image sharing. And you see here, those are instances that are actually developed and operated in Canada. And so pixelfed.ca. So that way your data and the servers are in Canada. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is YouTube. And so if you're trying to self-host some sort of YouTube alternative, then you can use something like PeerTube that you can self-host anywhere. In my case, I already have my own PeerTube instance. And I think hosting PeerTube can be a little bit more tricky because you might actually need to use object storage if you're going to self-host yourself. But that's definitely something that you can do. But if you don't want to host it yourself, then you can use already existing servers, just like Mastodon and PixelFed. And so if we go back to Made in Canada here, you can filter for the videos, and those results here should be coming from Canada. And I also know another instance here that is not part of the list. It's northtube.ca. So yeah, there you go. This instance is also hosted in Canada. But you see, PeerTube is also part of the Fediverse. It's also using the ActivityPub protocol. So this is probably the best alternative to YouTube. Now, if you're trying to find alternatives to something like Reddit, then you can use something like Lemmy that is also part of the Fediverse. And so you can self-host it yourself or browse all the servers depending on what you want to do. And so in my case, I have my own Lemmy instance as a solo user, but as a solo user, I don't really recommend it. It's not a really good experience, so I would probably join an already existing instance. And so if you're looking for an instance that is in Canada, then you can go back to madeincanada.social and you can find some Lemmy instances. And PyFed is also something very similar to Lemmy that is more lightweight. And so that's actually something that I might try instead of hosting Lemmy. So you can find Canadian servers right here. Now, instead of using Twitch for streaming, you can use something like Owncast that is also self-hosted and that is also part of the Fediverse. And so in my case, I already built my own Owncast. It's right here. But for Owncast, you can't really join an already existing server or instance because Owncast servers are actually a single user thing, and so that's something that you might want to think about. And so if you want your own Owncast, then you actually need to host it yourself. Now, if you're looking for something like TikTok, then you can use Loops. And so Loops is an alternative to TikTok that you can self-host yourself, and that is also part of the Fediverse. Personally, I don't really use TikTok, but I have an account on loops.video. And so this is my account right here, but I might actually delete it soon because what I'm currently doing is that I'm also hosting my videos on my PeerTube instance. And so since it's a video, I just put it on my own PeerTube, which is all about videos. And PeerTube is also able to understand when it's a short and when it's a real video. And so I really like PeerTube about that, but you know, like I don't really use TikTok. I don't really use Loops. So that's something that you might want to do. In my case, I'm not self-hosting Loops, but that's definitely something that you could do. And if we go back to madeincanada.social, you can see that Loops here is also part of the list. And so there you go, Loops is right here. And so all the applications that I talked about today, they all have something in common. You can host them yourself anywhere in the world. And so the only thing that you need is a server located where you want it to be with enough resources to host the things that you want to host. In my case, I live in Quebec, Canada. And so I make sure that my server is in Quebec, Canada. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to recreate Facebook. You don't have to recreate TikTok or any of those things. You can use free and open source alternatives that already exist. They already have developers around the world. And if you really want to customize your website or anything like that, well, since it's free and open source, you can customize it yourself by going straight into the code and customize it the way you want. So by using these applications, you get to ditch all the American mainstream alternatives. That being said, self-hosting your own stuff does require technical knowledge, obviously. And so in my case, I studied computer science, so I am comfortable with these things. And I'm also using Unohost to help me self-host everything because they automate a bunch of things related to self-hosting and on your server. So I really like Unohost. But again, if you don't want to self-host yourself, then yes, you can use already existing instances and servers that are already in Canada. And so here, there's a good website here with a bunch of lists and options that you can choose. And ideally, you want to find a server or an admin that you can trust. We see all of these are in Canada, and so you have a bunch of options. But for now, that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope that this was helpful to you. If you've reached the end, you could consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, And if you have any comments, you can leave them below because I will answer everything. And your comments could be valuable to other people. So that's pretty much it. Peace.